Welcome back to The Average Kitchen. Thanks for joining us, doing another fantastic review for you at home. Today we have the Instapot Duo Crisp with the ultimate lid. This is a pressure cooker and also an air fryer. So our hope today is to run it through a series of tests to be able to show you and review for you so that you can make an informed decision. We're not associated at all to Instant. We're not associated to any company at all. We're independent, unbiased, because we want to give you the best independent reviews that we can. So to start off, something very, very simple. I found off their app, the Instant app, creamy mashed potatoes. I'm gonna do a screen record and show you what we're doing. So I've got a bunch of potatoes in here with a cup and a half of water. I'm gonna close our lid. We're gonna go pressure cook. We're gonna slide that into the locking position. Okay, so time. The app says 20 minutes. And we're gonna hit start. So I did use hot water, like from the tap, but I am gonna time it just so you have a good idea. I'm gonna time it and see how long it takes for that to get going, for the pressure to build up for it to start cooking. All right, so we got a timer going. So let's see how long it takes to get going. So here's Instant's, from Instant's app, creamy mashed potatoes. So it suggests 4 pounds of potatoes. I don't think I have nearly that much. I don't need 4 pounds of potatoes, but I did use the 1.5 cup of water. We're gonna add some milk and butter, salt and pepper. Probably gonna skip on the chives, although I have some here, so maybe that'll be a game time decision. And you can see here through the app that it gives you the step overview. This is a pretty simple cook, but it also gives you the ability to go step by step and start new recipe. And you can check off your ingredients so you don't miss anything. And it'll go through and show you how to make this dish. So really at the end of the day, it's a very intuitive app, which I quite like. One thing I didn't mention before we started was you have 3 steam release options here. You have natural release, pulse release, which I guess just shoots out a little bit of time. And then you have a quick release, which is what we did. So it worked out quite well. The timer, so it was 12 minutes to build up the pressure, which actually isn't that bad. So we just finished our cycle here. It says it's safe to open up the lid. So we're gonna open up that lid here and have a look. So there's still a lot of water in there, which is not a bad thing. Okay, potatoes are cooked perfectly. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab a strainer, we're gonna strain out those potatoes and then put the potatoes back into the pot to mix them up and to mash them. So before we try our potatoes, we wanna get our next cook going. We're just gonna try air frying French fries, frozen fries. My only pessimistic moment right now with this product so far is this air frying rack. I guess it could be used like this or like this. Let's try it down like this for this time. So you'll see, and I'll show you later in the video how to put it back on. I removed the pressure cooking aspect of the lid, and it's still hot, so I'm just being cautious here. I'll show you later how to put it back on when we pressure cook something else. Normally on all air fryers, we do a whole bag of fries, no problem. Now I suspect some are gonna fall down on the side here, maybe not, actually. Let's see. Well, we'll see. I guess these 2 handles, probably the better idea, Jamie, to leave the taller ones up. We could pull out the whole rack, I guess, when it comes time to finishing this. So let's get this closed. We're gonna lock it into place. We're gonna go air fry, 400. Let's go 22 minutes. No, let's go with the recommended 18 minutes, and then we can check it. So it's preheating now, so we'll see how it goes. So let's put this aside. Let's give our potatoes a try. So I just threw a little bit of pepper on these. Wow, mashed potatoes are mashed potatoes, I suppose, but they're very silky smooth. There's no lumpiness or clumpiness at all. Very good. Okay, so to our surprise, 13 minutes into this cook, and these fries are done. And I think they look fantastic. I think I underestimated how well this would air fry. Now, how well are these gonna come out? Let's see. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Now, technically, I could just grab that whole pot and dump those out. So I think what we're gonna do is jump immediately into air frying some wings. We'll give these fries, you can see they look great. If anything, a few of them are overdone. So 13-minute air frying French fries, a whole bag of frozen fries. Now there was a 2 or 3 minute preheat setting that doesn't count into their time, but I'm gonna say, Jamie, is that the fastest we've ever done fries?
And we never shook them.
And we never shook them. So, all right, so these are in Nashville style, they call them Nashville style. Just bought them in the grocery store, frozen wings. All right, so that's the whole bag. So there's maybe like 10 or 11 wings here. So let's get that closed. We're gonna lock our lid into place. And 400, let's add some time. You wanna do 24 minutes, Jamie, to start? Let's do 24 minutes. Boom, we're cooking. So, French fry. They're good, they're great. All right, so our wings are done. Took roughly 30 minutes, but Jamie and I are definitely crispy wing guys, and these are pretty big wings. So we're gonna obviously give them some time to cool off because they look like they're molten lava. In the meantime, we've been doing a little bit of prep. We're actually gonna do like a trash can nacho style nachos in this. It'll be the first time I've ever actually used tinfoil inside of an air fryer, and I know there'll be some naysayers say don't do it. I'm only following the recipe that's listed on the app, and I will share that with you as well. And we'll build our nachos and we'll try these wings out. All right, so we're just gonna build in these sort of trash can nachos sort of style. So I'm gonna put in a layer of our nachos, or nacho chips, I should say. And we'll throw in some cheese. And then I've got some roasted chicken here that I just tossed in some barbecue sauce. And this is loosely following a recipe that I found on their app. So I will do a screen record and show you that as well. And once I get this built, we'll come back and we'll fire it on. All right, so we built our trash can nachos here. We're gonna give that lid a close. We're gonna go to air fry, 400 degrees, and they suggest 5 minutes. And start. So in the meantime, let's try one of these wings. It's got some barbecue sauce here. They're cooked perfect, super crispy, really, really nice. All right, so we just finished crushing some wings here. I think these nachos are done. I think they look fantastic. Have a look at that, Jamie. So, can I take these out? Oh, we got multiple pieces of foil, that's right. Wow, I did it. Now, it's not as dramatic as some of the other trash can nachos that you see that are like 3 feet high, but I think those look pretty awesome. Got some homemade salsa here, maybe the best salsa we've ever done or I've ever had. And we did that in the new Ninja Duo Detect video, which Jamie will put the link in the description so you can find that. This salsa is off the hook, unbelievably amazing. So I hope you go and check that out and try this salsa out. Throw a little bit of green onion. Some people call them scallions. I don't really know if there's a difference. And then we got a little sour cream on the side that we're not gonna like drizzle all over our nachos. So the question is, can I get one here to try? Are you still filming? All right, got a nice big jalapeno here, molten lava. I'm gonna burn myself, but whatever. Really good. I have never done barbecue chicken, like with barbecue sauce on nachos, and I was a little hesitant. Adds a little bit of sweetness. Those jalapenos are ripping hot, but this is very, very, very good. Jamie, you gotta try this. Okay, so I'm gonna try something really, wow, for me it's unique. I've never pressure cooked barbecue ribs before. Ironically, just did ribs a couple days ago on my Traeger. They took, I like the low and slow. They took 5.5, 6 hours. The instructions from the Instant website, and I'm gonna screen record that, is to basically dry rub them all, which I did actually yesterday, so they should be plenty seasoned. Put in a cup of warm water. You set them up, they said, on a trivet, which I believe to be just something that would hold them out of the water, so I'm actually using the air fry small rack. As you can see, Jamie's zooming in on the ribs, and I did want to show you how easy it is to put that lid back on. So you'll see there's a small tab here. You just sort of landmark that there. That's it. And then to take it off, you just press that red button and it comes off. So yes, it is just one lid, but there's a little bit to it. So anyway, we're gonna give that a close. We're gonna lock that into place. Pressure cook high, 20 minutes, and then release the pressure when it's done. All right, so we're pre-pressurizing, I guess I was gonna say preheating. So it's probably gonna take about 12 minutes, and then we're gonna be roughly 20 minutes on the cook. And then what they suggest is you remove your ribs, put them on a cookie sheet or a tray, sauce them, and then they go back in under, what was it called? Braising? Broil. So that is on the air fried side. So we'll try it and see how it turns out. It's either gonna be awesome or it's gonna be a total bust. We're gonna find out. We are done our cook, where our pressure has been released. Okay. All right. Well, they don't look like barbecue ribs per se to me, but they look cooked. What the app suggests is to smother these in barbecue sauce and then put it on the broil setting. Maybe I missed that step. It didn't talk about having to remove all of this and clean out, or maybe just put it back on the rack, I guess, eh? All right, so let's hit these with some sauce. I don't really see a whole lot of value in doing the underside. I don't know how these are, they're not gonna lay all flat. Well, let's just do it for 5 minutes and then we'll try it again or see how it looks. So what I did was I flipped over that little rack. So we're higher up above the water that was in there. And then we're gonna have to pop off, correct, Jamie? We're gonna have to pop off our pressure cooking lid. I believe so. To then broil them. Now broil is likely, yeah, see, how are you gonna do this? Like, how are they all gonna fit in there? All right, so in kind of fumbling with this, and again, we've never tried this ever before, there's no way the pot is not big enough for you to lay out the ribs. It says to lay them out and then flip them over and this and that. As you can see, hopefully with their overhead camera here, the ribs are stacked in, and this isn't a massive amount of ribs, but they're stacked in. What we need to do is remove our lid from here, obviously, and I throw that in the sink. And I noticed a bunch of water ran off as soon as we opened that lid, and I suspect, yeah, so all that water ran off, goes into this reservoir at the back. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna close that lid. We're gonna go roast, broil, 400 for 5 minutes, but we'll keep an eye on it. We're gonna get our area cleaned up here and we'll see what they turn out like. All right, so we're all done. I mean, they hook really, really good, especially the top. I mean, I guess what you could do if you had more pieces like we do here, and I don't know, maybe we should do that, Jamie, because that one was covered in the good part of it, was do we throw it on for a little bit longer and try to get the other pieces? All right, we just finished doing some prep on our pot roast that we're gonna do next. Beautiful beef roast, carrots, potatoes, onions, beef bouillon, or beef broth, we're good to go. So what we decided to do was throw these back in that were kind of hidden by that top layer and give them a little bit more time to get that sauce to bake on there, I guess. So they smell really good. Guess we're gonna find out. Probably try these ones to start because they're not quite as hot. But let's still give these a minute to kind of cool down, and then we're gonna try them out. All right, moment of truth, let's try these out. Now there's a nice caramelization on the ribs. Okay, they cut really nice. They're still really hot. Just gonna grab this kind of center rib here so you can see they're cooked really, really nice. Okay. They're not fall off the bone tender like I would normally say I like, but there's certainly not a lot of effort that's needed to rip it with your teeth. But I may, you know, if I ever do this again, I would maybe tweak the recipe, and instead of pressure cooking 20 minutes, maybe I'd do 25 or 27 to get that extra desired tenderness. But they're very good. So we're all cleaned up here after Operation Ribs. I've got this beautiful beef roast here, seasoned just with salt and pepper. 6 saute settings, so I went to the highest, I threw in a little bit of avocado oil, and let's get this browned up on both sides. We'll give that a couple minutes on either side, brown it up, and then we're gonna put in this little rack. We're gonna set our roast right on top of it. We got 4 cups of beef broth. The recipe actually called for 2 cups broth, 2 cups red wine, but I'm just gonna do it with beef broth. I got carrots, potatoes, and onions, and some garlic, and we're rocking and rolling. All right, so I'm gonna pull our beef roast out for a second, and I'm gonna throw in about 2 tablespoons of garlic. Essentially, we wanna deglaze that bottom of that pot. That's got some little sticky bits, but that's also good flavor. Definitely don't wanna burn our garlic, so I'm gonna get my beef broth in right away after just sauteing that garlic very quickly. And again, we're gonna give that a little scrape along the bottom to get all those bits of flavor off the bottom, like so. Then we're gonna throw the rack in on the lower setting, which, as you can see here, Jamie, if you get in, just keeps us above the liquid. So that's a good thing. We'll throw our beef in, and now we're gonna start putting in our potatoes and onions, and then of course our carrots. So we're, I think, to the max capacity here of where they want us to be or where we should be. Now, in the instructions, they didn't say to use the little rack to keep the beef from sitting in the broth. I just thought, to me, it just logically made sense. So hopefully that should be more than fine. And we're gonna go to pressure cook, close lid of course. And then this one they suggest to do slow release. So we will do that as well. So 40 minutes. Oh, slide lock. To lock it in place. Okay, that's good. Start preheating. Pulse release, quick release, natural release. So we want that. We'll see in 40, no, it will be 50 minutes, right? 40-minute pressure cook, roughly 10 minutes slow release, and we'll see how it looks. All right, cook is done. Ooh, nice looking. Carrots are done. Oh, potatoes are done nice too. All right, let's pull that roast out. All right, so I think the plan is I'm gonna scoop out all the potatoes and carrots and all that fun stuff, and then my preference would be, Jamie, I don't know if you want to do that on camera or not, would be then to take all that beef broth and all those drippings and stuff like that and make a gravy from it. Jamie got everything, all the potatoes and carrots scooped out. I took the strings off of our roast here. We've got this on the highest level of sear saute. We've got some flour, water getting ready to be used behind me. In the meantime, let's slice into our roast. Now, keep in mind, this is not a prime rib. You're not cooking this to medium rare. You know, this is essentially, it's a roast beef, or a pot roast they call it. We're starting to boil here, which is good, which is what I want. And I'm gonna mix up some flour and cold water and get a whisk in our flour to make our gravy. As you can probably see, or hopefully you can see from overhead camera here, our broth is, or cooking liquid is boiling. So I'm gonna slowly start to pour in my mixture of flour and water. And hopefully, normally I would do this on the stove. Hopefully we keep that boiling going. And sometimes it happens where your flour may clump up a little bit. Not the end of the world. I'm gonna strain this anyway through a sieve. So if that does happen, don't stress about it. So I'll give that a second to start to heat up again. Again, normally I would always do this on the stove. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to try it on here. As I mentioned, finished off the gravy, added another shaker of flour and water. Used my little sieve here just to get rid of some of the bigger chunks. There really wasn't much for residual flour, which is really, really good. So all depends, everybody likes their gravy at different viscosity. This one is a little on the thinner side. Maybe could have used a little bit more flour, but let's give it a try. Obviously, as you can see, it's still very, very hot. Really, really good. So, I mean, I don't know too many people that don't like gravy, but it'd be kind of a waste to take all of that beef broth that we put in there, all the drippings from the carrots and onions and potatoes, and all the drippings from your beef and just throw it down the drain. Roast beef generally is a little bit on the drier side because it is cooked through. So having it smothered in gravy really makes a big difference. All right, so let's talk about this product. I must say I was really impressed. It did everything we expected it to today. It worked really well. The functionality was really good. We didn't talk about everything it offers. It has here pressure cook, saute, steam, slow cook, sous vide, yogurt on the pressure side of the house. And on the air fry side of the house, there's air fry, roast, broil, bake, dehydrate, and proof. And then there's 3 different ways to release your steam, as well as the keep warm function. So essentially, this product could replace an air fryer, a pressure cooker, and a slow cooker. So pretty impressive. So the price point on this is about $250 Canadian. So it's roughly half the price of the Ninja Smart Lid. I would say, I don't know if it would outperform the Ninja Smart Lid. It doesn't have a meat probe like the Ninja does, although we haven't had good luck with the meat probes. But I would take this over the Ninja for the price point. So the price point, we gave that an 8.6 out of 10. The functionality, it functioned extremely well. A couple things maybe we didn't love about it. I don't love that you have to remove this pressure component of the lid every time you want to air fry. We did really like the lid. We like how it locks closed, and we like how it's spring loaded here to open it. The control panel worked extremely well. I mean, I don't know if you're ever going to use the 14 functions or 13 functions that it offers, but maybe you will. So functionality, we gave it an 8.9. Versatility, again, ties in a lot to the functionality as well. Very versatile with all these different functions. We gave it a 9.1. Cleaning, I mean, nobody likes cleaning anything. We gave that an 8.5. The basket and the air fry pressure rack is dishwasher safe. It's the actual pot. The pot must be. The pot's dishwasher safe as well. So 8.5 on the cleaning. The size, it's a 6.5 quart. So it's a little bit smaller than the 8-quart Ninja, but still plenty big. I mean, you just saw we did a pretty good size pot roast with potatoes and carrots. I mean, that could feed 4 people easily. We gave that an 8.8. And overall, the quality as well, an 8.8. We thought it worked really well. We thought it functioned well, and it felt like it was a good quality product. The only thing that was a huge bust for us was that rack. I really wish it came with an air frying basket on top of everything else. Maybe it's an accessory you can buy after the fact, but it would have been nice for it to come with it. So overall, it gives us a score of 8.8, which may be the highest score we've ever given out on any product. I'm not sure, because we can never remember how many we do. But overall, we give it an 8.8. So very good score. So the best way to support Jamie and I in continuing to bring you these videos, that we buy all these products, we buy all the food to do all the demos and stuff like that. We're not affiliated to any companies. We want to be independent and unbiased and bring honest reviews to you. The best way to support us is to subscribe, hit the notification bell, keep the comments coming. We love hearing from you. We love hearing where you're from, and let us know all the different things that you pressure cook, because I know in different parts of the world, people use pressure cookers for different things. I'm a huge world traveler, so is Jamie, so I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, that's our video. Hope you liked it, and we'll see you on the next one.